Before we even get into this here chapter, let me just go ahead and break the bad news to y'all. We on break this week, but it's a good and a bad thing, as we all know. If you've been reading the manga, you know that when we on break, what we gonna see on that last panel, it's gonna hold us over, for the next week. He gonna drop a bomb on us. So let's see what he got for us this week. We got One Piece chapter 1116. It is titled Conflict. Now, is he talking about the conflict that happened during the Void Century, or are we talking about the conflict that is currently going down? Let's find out. Cover story for this week. We are continuing the Yamato journey throughout Wano. She is getting medicine and dumplings from Otsudu, and she's slowly but surely going everywhere. Kind of taking a similar-ish, kind of path that Luffy did. Like, she started, obviously at the capital because that's, where everything ended. But, now she's starting to go kind of in the same direction as Luffy, at least where he started. Or she could, just go to the prison, next chapter, and then I said all this for nothing. So yeah, let's get into the chapter. Let's see what he got for us this week. Pops, I'm ready. We start off the chapter with a reaction to the crazy news, the crazy truth pill that might be a little bit too hard to swallow for the citizens of the One Piece world. Did I steal that from the manga panel? You're damn right. Everyone now knows about the world-sinking weapons that are still out there, but what's very much of interest is we see Imu's reaction to what's going on. And Imu, I don't even know what they are, so we'll just say, they're standing in front of a picture of a woman that kind of looks like Vivi. Am I tripping? That might be like a jab towards something, but I ain't gonna delve too deeply on it. But, that's kind of crazy, You don't just put anything on the manga panels for no reason, Pops. I know it. So what's currently being questioned is how did an 800-year-old war still be ongoing and things like that? People are, speculating, and they're very skeptical of the words that Vegapunk has told them. But Imu and everyone that, if you know, if you was there, you was there, type people, they know he's telling the truth, and they're very upset with what he is spouting out to the whole world right now. We go over to Alabasta, where the people are mourning the death of people who aren't dead currently, Cobra and Vivi. And Vegapunk continues. He's talking about his other sin where he basically created the Mother Flame. I'm gonna read y'all word for word what he said. He said, "My goal was always to create an energy source to fuel society's development. And while it remains unfinished," basically he's saying this all led to the creation of the Mother Flame that has a lot more uses than just being a energy source. And he's basically saying that a fragment of that Mother Flame was stolen. And we skip over to Stussy and Edison. This is like the aftermath of when Neptune slashed that lab in half and everyone started falling out of the sky. This is the aftermath of that. Everyone's on the ground and they're either in front of or close to Edison and Stussy. They heard the impact of that. And, because of that impact and all the craziness that's going on, the Cypher Poe just all fall onto the floor, and the Seraphim, he can't create any more clouds for the Straw Hats. So basically, plan B, Stussy, get out of here. I'll save you. I'll sacrifice myself. No, bro. Like, if we're being honest, bro, like, if we was like weighing who I'd want more, Edison, Stussy cool, but like, she a clone. She got a heart and soul and shit, but like, And Stussy asks Edison basically, can she let Kaku free because she doesn't want him to bear the consequences of these actions that he just committed. And Edison's like, yeah, go ahead. Just make sure you stay alive. Ho, ho, whoa, whoa, ho, ho, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so this is information that we already knew, but I don't know why this is surprising to me, but let me just go ahead and let you guys in here. So a fraction of the Mother Flame was stolen. And lo and behold, 2 weeks later, Lelougia gets blown out of the water. So this confirms that the reason why they need the Mother Flame is so that they can power these ancient weapons. They have the ancient weapons, but they ain't got no fuel. They ain't got no energy to power them. They got them. They can use it. They can't use it, but they have it, but they can't use it because they don't got the Mother Flame. This all makes sense now. Who stole the fragment though? Who stole the fragment? And he basically confirms what he's saying, like, hey, someone stole the fragment. 2 weeks later, Lugia went bye-bye, and then the sea rose. Weird, right? It's almost as if he knew that the world wasn't going to believe what he was saying, so he's literally backing up and showing receipts for everything that he's currently saying. Vegapunk is basically saying, hey, since I made the Mother Flame and someone stole my invention from me, I had some sort of part in the mass murder that currently happens. So, I gotta take that to the chin. I'm sorry, and he, bows down, fully apologizes to everybody. And he's saying that, like, do you guys now understand that these ancient weapons are man-made then? And then, we cut over to Momonosuke. He's like, okay, so that means that Pluton is man-made then. But explain Shirahoshi, explain that one. I don't know about that one. That one is still yet to be, like, that one's kind of weird. All the other ones are man-made, and then Shirahoshi is just, and he's basically saying, while all this is still crazy, the void century is, still, kind of a mystery. But he's saying there's people that knows what happened in its entirety. And then we cut over to Akainu, and he's like, Vegapunk, you're gonna explain this. But he doesn't know that maybe you should have listened to the first 3 seconds of the broadcast. He's dead, buddy. This whole broadcast started whenever he, oh, I had to hit one of these. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Not Shanks, okay? Not Shanks. Maybe 50-50, not Shanks, 50-50, not Shanks. But he's saying that the people who knows what happened to Joy Boy and the Void Century and all of that in its entirety are the former members of Gold D. Rogers' crew. Holy shit. And like, it's like duh, but like, to see it finally plastered on the paper, it's like I've never heard this before. That's kind of what it is for me. This isn't new news, but it's on the news, so it's new to me. I've already heard it, but it's like, it's what you would expect it. Obviously, like the members of the crew. Listen, you had the members of the crew, and you had Gold D. You bring them together, right? Everybody knows what's happening, right? But we already knew this, but now it's official. So it's new info. Let's talk about it. Does Shanks play a part in this, or do we have to like go back and talk to Rayleigh, or go back and talk to Crocus? Is that his name? Dude who lives in a whale? Crocus? I think it's Crocus. Do we got to go talk to them, or does Shanks know what happened? Hopefully, because then we could just go to Elbaf and get all the answers that we need, because, Shanks is going to be there. I would love to see how this gets resolved. Oh, it was York that stole the Mother Flame fragment, gave it to the world government to buy Lelusia. Okay, well, that clears that up. So York is basically, she snitched on herself. She's like, oh, how did he know I cut off my memories from the Stella and all that? She knows that Stella is a terrible, terrible liar and a lousy actor. And she's, starting to, pin the dots. And she's like, oh, if you knew all of this was going to happen, you wouldn't have hidden the broadcast snail. And then, light bulb, she knows where the broadcast snail is now. And she's saying that it's in the Fabrio Stratum. The Iron Giant is guarding it. Good. We need Iron Giant stuff. I want to see what's going on with that. And if you're telling me that the Iron Giant can hurt the 5 elders, well, sign me up, buddy. Sign me up. Iron Giant, final member of the Straw Hat crew? ? So the question at the end of the chapter is this. The members of the, Rogers crew, they knew our entire lost history. So why would they just fade away without telling anyone? Why wouldn't they act? I think it's because, they're not Joy Boy, so there's nothing they could do about it. Or, they're not, I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of. And then we see a drunk Rayleigh, and he's basically saying, we have to leave it to the youngsters, the new generation. So that kind of, it seems I'm, close. I'm close in what I'm saying. Maybe, just like Roger said, they came at the wrong time. So, they know all this stuff, but they can't do nothing about it because it's not for them to do. It's for the new generation or the new Joy Boy to handle. Only Joy Boy can fix this, I think. And then basically, he's drunk at his bar in Sabaody, and he's saying, well, now that all this information is out there, the thrill is for everybody to go seek now. And ends off the chapter saying, right, Roger? And then he laughs and, clunks his glass down, and that is the end of the chapter. We are on break next week. Let me know what you guys think about chapter 1116. This was a crazy one. One of the chapters where we didn't get something, like a boom, crazy plot drop at the end of the chapter, but it feels like the chapter as a whole is like, going towards that rising action instead of like, bomb after bomb after bomb like the previous chapters was. I still like it, I feel like this chapter is just gonna be another one that we'll have to come back to in the future in order to, you know, clear up some things. But this was a crazy one, y'all. And yeah, W chapter. Yeah.